All right, so we want to solve this log equation. We have 2 times log of x equals log of 3x plus 10. Okay, now we notice here that there's only these two log expressions, right? There's no third log or even like some constant term like a plus 2 or like a minus 1 or something like that, okay? So this actually works out pretty nice, right? So if we have two logs that are equal to each other, okay, then what can we conclude about the arguments, right? We can conclude that m must equal n, right? Hopefully that makes sense, right? These are equal to each other. Okay, so the m must equal n here. Okay, now before we actually go ahead and do that, in this case, right, we have to make sure that there's no coefficient in front of the log, right? So we want to make sure we use the power rule first. Okay, so let's do that. Let's bring that 2 up to make it an x squared, and we have the log of 3x plus 10 on the right side. Okay. Remember, these are both the same base, right? And they're equal to each other. So what can we conclude then? Right? We can conclude that x squared has to equal 3x plus 10. Okay? And this then just becomes a quadratic equation that we should be able to solve in terms of x, right? This is factorable. So we'll do it x minus 5 times x plus 2 equals 0. And we do get two values for x here, right? We get x equals positive 5, and we get x equals negative 2. Okay, but remember, we have to plug these back into the original equation, right? We know that the domain of a log function is 0 to infinity. Okay, so if you plug in this negative value, now you got to be careful as well. We have to plug it back into the original equation, not into this guy. Okay, so if you plug it back into the original equation, notice what happens, right? We get 2 times log of negative 2, and it doesn't really matter what happens on the right side, though, right? Because when you plug the negative 2 back into here, notice that we get the log of negative 2, which does not exist, okay? So what does it tell us about negative 2? It's called an extraneous solution. We did all the work. We didn't make any mistakes. We got x equals negative 2 as a possible solution for x. However, when we plugged it back into the original equation, it did not work, okay? So what does that mean? What is the solution? Right, there's only one answer here, right? The answer here is going to be x is equal to 5.